we have a very busy week ahead here going into springtime and all the things that come along with that. And I'm excited to take you guys along for all of that. Later on, I'll be sharing just what we're going to be doing this week and how we're setting ourselves up now for a profitable year and plans for managing our cow herd. But for now, I'm just starting out the day, going around and doing some of the morning chores before everything really starts to get going. Last week, I shared with you guys a little bit more about our farm, how many acres, how many cows, kind of how we run our business. I wanted to go a little bit deeper this week and share more about that farm business. So this farm started over 10 years ago. When I was 21 years old, I purchased this land from my grandpa. And so much has changed since I originally started running this farm. I have learned so much, and I have over time just slowly made those changes. It took me a few years to really figure out my goals for the farm and which direction I want it to go. But now I feel like I have figured out my main goals. I figured out the direction I want to take it, and we're just chipping away, working towards doing more of that every year. Anything with farming is a slow process. It takes so much time to really change your herd base, to change your land base, and it takes time to see the results of those changes. Sometimes things get a little bit worse before they can get better, but I feel like now that we've been doing this for 10 years, we're off to a pretty decent start. We've got a lot of things in place, but we have a lot more work to do. Having a clear focus on all the things that we want to do, we're trying to make sure that we're making decisions based around what's going to make this land better for the future. And we know what we're selling. We're selling our end product, so we can have that goal in mind as well. With such a busy lifestyle between farming, homesteading, and little kids, we value good sleep at night. And we have been sleeping on our Brooklyn bedding mattress for over 45 days now and have seen so much improvement in our quality of sleep. Brooklyn Bedding is the sponsor of this week's video. With our Brooklyn bedding mattress, I find it so much easier to get comfortable at night and to fall asleep quickly. All of Brooklyn bedding mattresses are designed for quality and restorative sleep, which is something that I really value. We have the Aurora Luxe cooling mattress. The contouring foams provide exceptional pressure relief and spinal alignment, while a layer of thermal phase foam absorbs and releases heat to maintain an ideal sleep temperature. This mattress is so worth the investment. We have been sleeping so good since we replaced our old mattress. Brooklyn Bedding has been designing and assembling top-tier mattresses in Arizona since 1995, specializing in the perfect night's sleep at an affordable price. With their factory direct pricing, they are able to use premium materials at a reasonable price with no middleman bringing up the cost. All of their mattresses are made with quality materials and are Green Guard Gold certified, which is so important to me that I finally have a mattress made with safe and quality materials. The mattress ships for free anywhere in the US and arrives in a single box. All Brooklyn Bedding mattresses come with a 120-day free sleep trial and a limited lifetime warranty to make sure that you are very happy with your purchase. If you are also on the search for a new mattress, visit brooklynbedding.com. I will provide a link for you guys in the description. I want to say thank you so much to Brooklyn Bedding for sponsoring this week's video. We have a very busy week planned here on the farm. We just have a lot of of different things going on. So today is Monday, and I'm just kind of getting everything lined out for the week. We have a few vet appointments. Tomorrow we have to take all of our babies that were born last fall. So they were born like September-ish. It is time for them to have their first round of vet work done. So we're going to go ahead and get all the bull calves castrated because it won't be too long and we'll need to get them weaned. So we like to go ahead, get them castrated, get through all the stress of that, and then put them back out with their moms for at least another month. And then on Wednesday, we're having the vets back out. We're going to preg check all of our cows. So this is the time of year we need to know what cows are going to be calving next fall, what cows are open for breeding this spring. We need to check all of that out and take really good note. That way we can make some management decisions. So usually a couple times a year, we have to bring the whole herd in and do some maintenance like this, and that is all happening this week. It's going to be very busy, and I want to try to take you guys along. Quick pause, I had to go chase a toddler, but anyways, I want to try to take you guys along for all of this. I want to try to record it and share everything with what's going on because this is a very busy week on the farm. And then later on in the week, we need to have everything set up because we have a cover crop of rye that we planted last fall that we're going to turn the cows out on to graze, and that part of the farm doesn't have the fence or water infrastructure like the rest of our farm does. So there's going to be a lot of setup needed in order to get the cows out there next weekend. So all of that's going on this week. It's an exciting week on the farm, but it's going to be a very busy one as well. It seems like there's always a few times of the year that we need to get the whole herd caught and go through and do some of that management stuff. So one of the next big tasks that we're going to have to do is wean the babies that were born last September. So taking them to the vet today, getting them all castrated, and we also will deworm them. Will set us up for weaning time here in just a few weeks. We also still have these baby chickens in the brooder, but they will be going out to pasture in just a couple weeks as well. This is a part of our business that is new to us within the last 3 years. We started raising meat chickens on a larger scale, and meat chickens have really added to our profitability on the farm because this is an enterprise that you can scale without using a whole lot of land. And on top of that, we just saw great benefits to our pastures by having the meat chickens out there. Anywhere that the meat chickens were the year before, you can really see the difference in the grass. Adding more animals to our farm has certainly improved the farm as a whole, and that is one of our goals as well. So it goes along with how we want to sell our animals. We want to be able to offer quality meat to customers, but we also want to better our farm. So meat chickens really fit perfectly into that system. So I am so thankful that they also sell really well at the farmers market. The weather is beautiful outside, but I'm going to force myself to spend a little bit of time in the kitchen before the week gets going, just doing some food prep. I want to have some easy meals prepped and ready for the busy days ahead. As I mentioned, we're taking the calves to the vet first, but then the vet's coming here to preg check all of the cows. So those will be very full days. So to prep for easy meals. I got some meat out of the freezer. I'm gonna get some dough going. I'm making some tortillas so that I can put some shanks in our slow cooker, and that makes such easy tortilla meat to have one of these evenings. I'm also gonna do a double loaf of sandwich bread. That way I can have easy sandwiches on hand, just be able to run inside and grab a quick lunch for me and the kids. Farming is a lifestyle that I truly love. There's so many days where it just seems so busy, and sometimes I had to remind myself why I'm doing all of this. But the thing is, it is just so satisfying to be able to see the full picture. And that's one of my favorite parts about the direct-to-consumer meat business is I can see the animals from the very beginning, know the time and the care that went into raising them, and then be able to literally handle all of that product in the end, eat it ourselves or sell it to local customers. And I love being able to be involved in that full picture. So switching my business over to a direct-to-consumer meat business was not only for profit, but because I truly enjoyed it, and it gave me more passion when raising my animals, just knowing that end goal in mind. Regenerative farming also plays a really big role in how we manage everything that we do, and we can see the differences every year that we do a little bit more cattle rotation, do a little bit more natural things on the farm. We can see great benefits in the land. So that for me is my favorite part of farming, is just year after year having these challenges come our way, but managing through them and then seeing the difference on the other side. We're pulling the cows off of their faraway pasture and bringing them back to the barn for the next couple days to do all of our vet work, and then they will make a quick rotation through this section of the farm. And after that, we're going to go ahead and get them out to some cover crops that we planted last fall. It is high time to start grazing all of that, but before we send them out to that field, we needed to get all of this vet work done. And then after they go through the rotations on that cover crop, we'll bring the whole herd back up here again, and that is when we will wean these babies. Because we do rotational grazing, we are always moving our cows, and they have become so easy to herd up and move pretty much anywhere we want them to. They follow our side-by-side pretty much anywhere. We're moving them every day, and most of the time we're moving them to fresh green grass, so they are always very excited when we show up. So today we had to sort off the babies that were born last September to take to the vet. So we brought them all into our corral up here by the barn, and now we're just simply letting all the ones out that we don't need. So all the mamas, all the newborn baby calves, they're just going right back out to pasture. We just had a quick stop in the corral to catch the babies to load up to take to the vet. And as soon as we take them to the vet, they will come right back home and get back out with their mama cows and have about a month before we do any kind of weaning. That just helps them get through any stress that they might have gotten today from being separated, loaded, and castrated. It's hard on them, but it's also a very important thing to do in order to manage our herd properly. Since we started bale grazing in the winter and rotational grazing throughout the spring and summer, I have seen so many benefits to the kind of calves that we raise. Our weaning weights are just much bigger, and we're not feeding them anything particular. We're just managing them a little bit closer, and our calves are growing better as a result of that. They just look healthier. So that just shows us that our practices are paying off, and we continue to just keep fine-tuning that, keep getting it better. It's always nice when that job is done. They stayed on this pasture last night, and we got some visitors from a group of cowbirds. So I've never seen these before, but they were migrating through Missouri. I did some research, and they love to hang out with cattle, particularly cows on pasture that are grouped together. So our cattle in this regenerative system made the perfect home for these cowbirds on their migration. I loved seeing that. I love seeing wildlife on the farm. Just another example of how all these practices are working together towards a more regenerative, sustainable farm. It was another very busy day on the farm. I did not get any footage. I wasn't really planning to. I was going to try if I could, but anytime the vets come out and we're preg checking cattle, it takes all of us to get them all caught into the chutes and to take the proper notes to make sure that we can keep track of everything that we need to know. Overall, we had some pretty good results. We're going to have one of our biggest calving seasons this fall. Almost all of our cows were bred for this coming August and September. So we are putting some plans in place to make sure we have a really good calving pasture ready to go in order to manage all of these babies being born at the same time. It was so nice having this dough ready for quick tortillas and a shank in our crock pot to make tortilla meat. Shank meat is one of those things that people don't really know how tender and good the meat is on them. A lot of times the shank doesn't even get saved. It just gets grounded up into ground beef. But we love to save them and have the marrow bones for bone broth and then the meat to make tacos like this. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and have learned a little bit more about our farm again this week. As always, I look forward to sharing more next.